All right, boom. Why not start with the boom, huh? Why not start out strong? Tweezer opener, yem opener. Straight to the boom. Not even wait for a boom closer. Something that a tradition FZ yet to break. Always the boom closer, always the big finish. But we're not here to talk about the boom. We're here to talk about dinner movie night 4 Magnaball recap. The thing that really struck me, first off, just in general, the past few months, the man is basically taken over for Fish. That same live experience, the same ever-changing set lists, they're still there. But the big takeaways from Magnaball recap, I was there for Super Bowl, missed out on Magnaball, but clearly the Caspian, it's been talked about for 5 years. It'll be one of those jams that, it's the Fish 77 Cornell, where people just can't stop talking about it for decades. FZ took a good about 1 or 2 minutes of the entire recap just talking about the Caspian, rightfully so. Gosh, what else did he hit? Also, the big fan of the Boogie Encore. That's a play of words that I wish he would have used. The more encore, the Boogie Encore. There's certain words that put before encore become their own sort of word. Boogie Encore. I think just the I don't know. It's the cellar door of this recap review. If you don't know about cellar door, Google it. The greatest phrase in English language, I believe. I would go ahead and say that would be second. The greatest phrase in the English language would probably be boom. Quote FZ 2020 to 2014 to present. But clearly a fan of the Boogie On Tweezer reprise encore, and that's a sign of a true old school head. When he knows that the beauty of a Boogie On straight into Tweezer. I think he mentioned it's happened 3 times, more than that, I believe. 12/30/99 Big Cypress. I got to hear the Boogie On Tweezer, 3rd show ever. Just blew my young 18-year-old mind. But guys, I want to get to something a little more serious, a little more something needs to be addressed, and that would be the Fishman 3-course meal that was served up by myself and others for dinner and a movie. I'm going to go through, see what we got left. At this point, we're almost 48 hours post meal. Bean dip's gone, guys. Bean dip's gone. No leftovers for that. I think all in all, I've never said I want to have a white bean dip, but now I will say I'd like to have the Fishman white bean dip. I went a little too heavy on the lemon, a little too much zest, a little too much juice, but at the same time, still very solid. A little strong on the lemony taste, but good golly, I'm a fan of white bean dip now. I'm just going to get into it. The Fishman meatballs, there they are. The sauce, whatever's left of the sauce is on there. And this is, I talked to someone, said, hey, what kind of ingredients, how good was the pork? How good was the ground beef? Chop shop, all local, all farm raised, farm grown, organic, all that good stuff. And they're good. It's decent. Actually, no, taste it now. It's like a school cafeteria meatloaf rolled up into a ball, I guess. I looked at the recipes. They both looked very basic, very easy. I'm a huge fan of meatballs, huge fan of sauce. And I said, I feel like this is either going to be really incredible and really just a basic recipe that blows minds, or this might be disappointment. It was the latter. It was a disappointment across the board. The sauce itself, if you looked at the recipe, was 48 ounces worth of tomatoes in a blender. That's it. Put them in a blender and then throw them in with some garlic, which I felt was kind of a slap to the face of people who truly enjoy meatballs and pasta, And I feel like for Fishman to step up and have his recipe, especially a 3-course meal, they announced it on Friday. I spent 4 days just being excited about these meatballs and the sauce. I'll get into chocolate mousse in a second. There's a reason why he put the chocolate mousse in there. But again, just they're not bad. Like I just want to make that point. They're not bad. It's not good. Bland. Tasteless. I thought about souping them up and kind of adding a little bit of special kick. I even looked back at a recipe I've been waiting to make from a rock star is Dean Ween's Sunday sauce. Go look it up. About she's maybe a decade now. Dean Ween posted on ween.com a recipe, full-on cooking tutorial of how to make his Sunday sauce, which I imagine is incredible. And also, when you compare those recipes, I actually did. I said, do I kind of combine them? Do Fishman style, Dean Ween style, aka Mickey Machado or whatever for the hardcore Bugnish fans. But I actually got some good Ween stories if you ever want to hear them. I've had a few interactions, but bottom line is I just said I'm not going to try to fancy up the Fishman recipe. I'm going to take it as is. Just whatever he's got is what I'll have. This is what I ended up with. Not happy with it. A waste of several hours and some good pork and good ground beef. Like I said, it's okay. But if you're going to step up like that and have your own recipe and your own dinner and a movie, it damn will be better something good. It damn will be better than Chef Boyardee style meatballs and pasta. If I were doing my own dinner and movie, bacon jalapeno mac and cheese from Sargento. I mean, I know it's consistently amazing. The chocolate mousse. This is all that's left of the chocolate mousse. 48 hours later, this stuff ain't sticking around the household. Very solid. Never been a fan of mousse. But very rich, very easy to make. I learned a new technique for making mousse. That made me excited. But again, after the meatballs and the downfall that was the second course of the meal, the first and the third, there's just little something extra that wasn't meant to be the entree. But man, mousse is solid. So with that, we'll say all in all, the FZ content churning out on a nightly basis, just that one-on-one. I actually did a Zoom with Rivers Cuomo of Weezer the other day. It was $1.50 for 15 minutes. Actually, it was about 25 minutes. It was a great time. I felt entertained, but at the same time, I got a good 2 hours of FZ material coming through every single night for free for the masses. So during times like this, you got to respect that. You got to acknowledge it. You got to respect fish, acknowledge what they're doing, but you also got to acknowledge the failure that was the Fishman meatballs and the sauce. Just a general plea. Guys, do better. We got Gordon coming up. Or no, Gordon did they've all had one, right? Okay, so who's going to be next time? Kuroda? John Paluska? Tom Marshall? We're going to have Tom Marshall's story time macaroni and cheese? I don't know. But hope you guys are doing well. I'm looking forward to the new recipe just as much as the new dinner and a movie. But nothing even close to the joy of that next FZ recap video. He's dropping them in afternoons, mornings, nights. Who knows? Hope you guys are doing well, though. So long.